All right, folks, buckle up because the Trump train is leaving the station for round two. How does a potential second Trump presidency affect all the way over here in India? In a globalized world, the aftershocks of American politics can ripple out further than a bad case of Delhi belly. From the rupee in your pocket to the medicines you rely on, Trump's policies have the potential to impact everything. This is the geopolitical equivalent of a full-blown Bollywood dance number, and everyone's got to figure out their steps. So, over the next few minutes, we're going to unpack this suitcase full of what-ifs and try to understand what a Trump presidency could mean for the average Indian citizen. First up, let's talk trade. Remember the trade war with China? Well, get ready for a potential sequel, folks, because Trump's love affair with tariffs shows no sign of waning. And guess what? India could get caught in the crossfire. When America slaps tariffs on goods from other countries, it makes those goods more expensive for American consumers. Trump's protectionist policies could also mean higher tariffs on Indian goods, making them less competitive in the global market. That means Indian exporters, from textile manufacturers to software developers, could feel the pinch. And that pinch, my friends, has a nasty habit of trickling down to the average consumer in the form of higher prices. When investors get nervous, they tend to pull their money out of what they see as risky markets and park it in safe havens. If Trump's policies lead to higher interest rates in the US, it could trigger a mass exodus of capital from emerging markets like India. That's capital flight, my friends, and it can leave emerging economies high and dry with less money for infrastructure projects, job creation, and overall economic growth. One of Trump's big campaign promises: bringing jobs back to America. Many American companies, particularly in sectors like IT and manufacturing, have set up shop in India, attracted by lower labor costs and a skilled workforce. But if Trump makes it more attractive for these companies to stay put, or even relocate back to the US, it could mean fewer jobs and less investment in India. We're talking about potential job losses across various sectors, from software development to pharmaceuticals. Remember that capital flight we talked about earlier? Well, here's the thing about mass exoduses: they tend to leave a mess behind. When foreign investors pull their money out of India, the demand for rupees goes down, which means the rupee loses value against the US dollar. A weaker rupee means higher prices for imported goods, from electronics to fuel. It's no secret that Trump's stance on climate change is about as clear as a glass of the Ganges after monsoon season. If he gets another term, we could see a repeat of that kind of climate policy chaos. India is particularly vulnerable to the effects of climate change, from rising sea levels to extreme weather events. Let's talk about something that affects us all: healthcare. Trump has been vocal about his desire to bring down drug prices in the US. If he imposes tariffs on drugs imported from countries like India, it could drive up the cost of life-saving medications globally. Immigration was a hot-button issue during Trump's first rodeo, and spoiler alert, it's not going away anytime soon. There's a significant number of Indians living in the US without proper documentation. If Trump ramps up deportations, it could mean thousands of Indians being sent back, many of whom have built lives, families, and businesses in the US. Finally, let's talk about something near and dear to the hearts of many Indians: the H1B visa. Under Trump, the H1B visa program came under intense scrutiny, with stricter regulations and increased denials. If he's back in the Oval Office, we could see a continuation of these policies, making it even tougher for skilled Indian professionals to secure visas and work in the US. So, there you have it, folks. A glimpse into the potential impact of a Trump presidency on India. It's a complex web of interconnected issues, with the potential for both challenges and opportunities. One thing's for sure: India will need to be strategic, adaptable, and perhaps a little bit lucky to navigate the choppy waters of a second Trump term. However, the soft corner shared between Narendra Modi and Mr. Trump could work in India's favor on certain issues.